April should have been the month Hartwell Farm started moving forward. The cows were finally going outside for spring. The only problem was getting them there was going to cost almost everything we had. This was always part of the plan for Hartwell Farm. Cows out in spring and summer, then back inside for autumn and winter. The pasture cost £8,000, and with only £12,754 in the bank, this wasn't just an upgrade, it was a gamble. But some decisions are bigger than the bank balance. If Hartwell Farm is going to grow properly, the herd needs to be managed properly, and for the first time this year, the cows were outside. With the cows settled outside, there was still the rest of the farm to check. The wheat was ticking along quietly, doing exactly what we needed it to do, grow without causing problems. The grass field was a different story. Last month, the first cut gave us just 6 hay bales. 6 bales, after all, that mowing, tedding, rowing and baling. So before we worried about buying anything new, we used what we already had. The spreader still had fertiliser in it, and right now that mattered. We couldn't afford more kit, we couldn't afford big ideas, we just needed this field to perform better next time. Every future cut starts here. If this field improves, the herd becomes easier to feed. If it doesn't, we'll be buying our way out of problems later. The cows were out and the grass was fed, but the bank account was still almost empty. So there was only one thing left to do: go and earn the money back. First was a small fertilising contract. It wasn't glamorous and it wasn't going to change the farm overnight, but when money is this tight, even small jobs matter. bale wrapping, a bit more money, a bit more work, and exactly the sort of job Hartwell Farm needs right now. Not exciting, necessary. This is the less romantic side of trying to build a farm. The cows outside look lovely. The bill afterwards does not. Then came the bigger money, a hoeing contract using borrowed equipment. We don't own this kit and we couldn't afford it anyway, but borrowed equipment still pays if the work gets done. This was the job that started to make the day feel worthwhile. Not because it was easy, but because it put breathing room back into the farm. With one hoeing job finished, there was one more field to do. At this point, the day was no longer about progress, it was about recovery. Every pass across this field was money coming back into Hartwell Farm, and after spending £8,000 in the morning, we needed every bit of it. By the time we got back to the yard, the bank looked very different. £20,218. Not rich, but no longer on the edge. And this was the bit that made the day feel worth it. The indoor shed was empty, the cows were outside. Hartwell Farm had changed. But a new pasture doesn't mean the work stops. The routine changes, that's all. The herd still needs feeding, the farm still needs managing, and every decision still has to pay its way. Today was a good step forward. The cows are out, the field has been fed, and the bank has recovered. But Hartwell Farm is still fragile. Spring has begun carefully, and after only 6 bales from the first cut, the next one has to be better.